Hey guys, happy Thursday. It's Daryl here. Today I'm trying something just a little different. I'm just making a few off the top of my head flow of thought videos here. Nothing serious, but I just had a few ideas and I wanted to talk about them. What I want to talk about is how Donald Trump makes up nicknames for people. Mini Mike, Crooked Hillary. I started thinking about this. Now, I'm not a psychologist. I have no psychological training background, whatever. So this is all off the top of my head. Could be totally wrong. Who knows? But so I started thinking about this, right? Because he does this. He does this constantly. This is his go-to thing. If anybody disses him, if anybody gets on his bad side, they get a nickname. The only person so far that hasn't is John Bolton. There should have been one made up by now for John Bolton. I do not. I would have bet money on that. So it's just a matter of time before John Bolton has a nickname. All right. So I start thinking about this, right? So I compare it to my world. Would I ever make up nicknames? Now, there's people I don't like. There's people I don't get along with. Would I ever make up a nickname? Have I ever made up a nickname for these people? No. Absolutely not. Now, I'm not saying I'm better or worse, but I'm just trying to figure out why somebody would do this. So if I don't get along with somebody, if I don't like somebody, if somebody is a thief or a liar, I would avoid them. I might confront them. But make up a nickname? No. Me personally, absolutely not. I would feel silly, seriously, if I called somebody Stinky Steve or Lion Lou. I would feel ridiculous saying something like that. If I went to a third person, another person, or a group of people and go, "Hey, we'll get a load of Lion Lou over there," I would feel, I think, immature. I'd feel very petty. I'd feel like it's something so silly that the people I'm talking to would probably laugh at me when I walked away. I could never picture myself doing that. It seems like a very immature thing to do. I'm 54 years old, and it seems something maybe a 12-year-old or 13-year-old would do. That's about it. So I started thinking, what about in the workplace or you guys, if there's Trump supporters out there, is this something that you run into a lot? Your coworkers, is there somebody that makes up nicknames? How do you feel about that? Does it make you laugh? Or, and then I started thinking about, psychologically speaking, why would somebody do this? And then, not to mention, okay, I'm 54, and I would feel silly and juvenile doing that, making up names like that. And here we have a 70-something-year-old guy, and not just any guy, but the President of the United States. And he's making up juvenile nicknames for different people. I can't remember them all now. Mini Mike. There was somebody called Sloppy somebody. I can't remember them all now. But I can't believe he does this. So I start thinking, why? Why would somebody do this? What is the purpose of this? To do that, he's trying to belittle somebody. I imagine what he's trying to do there is make fun of a person, and what a bully, exactly. It's bullying, really. Because what he's trying to do is make fun of somebody, and for the point of having other people join in and laugh and go, look, he's little Lou, he's little, So it's a very, not just juvenile, but it's a bullying tactic. The thing that's so amazing for me is this is supposed to be an intelligent, sophisticated man in charge of the entire country. And he's seriously acting like a kid in junior high school with this name calling. It's the stuff he tweets. His loss of control on Twitter is just amazing. The other day, 142 tweets, and I believe it was an 18-hour period, and that is complete loss of control, complete obsessive compulsive it's off the charts. Like I said, I have no background in psychology. So also I started thinking too, if you have a good argument, you point that out. Like, you try to you state your case through facts. That's how I would do it. If I disagreed with somebody and they're therefore proving I'm right, therefore ending the conversation. I'm right, you're wrong, move on. That's how I would deal with something like this. And if I disagree with somebody, usually I try to be courteous. I think that shows a certain level of control when you don't let people get to you. That when you still treat them politely, even though if you disagree or really don't like them, if you still pay them some amount of respect. I think it's a very gentlemanly. I think it shows a lot of self-confidence. When you don't have to belittle somebody. On the other hand, the name calling, I think it shows somebody too that probably you do things to other people that would bother you. So in my head I'm thinking it almost would appear that he would have a fear of being called names like this, so he beats others to the punch, just like a typical actions of a bully. And like with the whole Senate thing too, it was like a bully in control of the Senate, talking about heads on pikes and all that, and the Senate went for it. And what we basically have here is an overgrown juvenile bully running the White House. A 70-something-year-old billionaire that apparently never grew up. Probably never worked a hard day in his life, and probably was always used to people kissing his ass, and can't deal with it when they don't. When people are, thus we have Nancy Pelosi, which I love, because Nancy Pelosi shows him no respect, and that gets under his skin something fierce, which is why I love Nancy. But I was just thinking about that. Like I said, I'm no psychologist, but why he does this? And it's not just he does it sometimes. He does it all the time. Like I said, there's only one person I can think of, John Bolton, that he has not done it to. Somebody that's pissed him off. But to me, this is one of those things that I talk about that's an embarrassment. That if I did go international travel, like if I went to France, if I went to England, if I went to Germany, this would be a source of embarrassment for me. That the president, the leader of my country, the person who's supposed to represent me, is this fumbling, juvenile, angry, overgrown bully. It's a serious source of embarrassment. Seriously. Those are my thoughts. One more thing I wonder is this something that Trump supporters tolerate, or do they really? Do you? If there's any Trump supporters watching, I mean, do you guys really think this is funny? Do you think it works? Do you think it gets under people's skin and therefore gives Trump some kind of advantage? Some kind of psychological deal that or it's good being a bully. Making America number one by being a bully, worldwide bullying. I'm just wondering, or is it really kind of just a source of kind of embarrassment for Trump supporters? Something that you really rather he didn't do, but he does it. Just wondering. All right, that's my take on Donald Trump's psychology for today. You guys have a great Thursday.